Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, just some thoughts overall.
On the game, we're getting there now. It feels like we're finally off the road recruiting. We've had a really good week of practice. We went today pretty hard. We'll do a walkthrough tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll start our normal Tuesday. So that'll kind of be our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I really like the way the guys have practiced. We really haven't had a bad day. Their attitudes have been great. The effort's been outstanding. They're done with finals. They're actually moving into the hotel tonight because the school's closed. So they've been great. We took them to Top Golf on Wednesday to kind of celebrate the finals being done and the kickoff to a bowl game. That was fun. A lot of guys are terrible golfers. You know who the best group? If you guys had to guess which group was the best golfers on our team, which group would you say positionally?
Maybe the DBs.
Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman.
Oh, wow.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close.
It's a slow-moving game.
And if you had to guess the worst group?
Running backs?
No, defensive linemen. Yeah, they were terrible.
How about you?
I hit a couple shots. I haven't golfed in so long. I can hit it, but it pretty much, I can start this way and it goes straight. So that's where my slice is at. But it was fun, get around them. They're done with school, focused on football. Nice, crisp, cold weather. Trying to look at Fenway now to see we are on the same sides, the substitutions, the signaling. But guys are excited. It's Christmas time. Guys are in good spirits, and we're excited to play a game. It's a good team. Obviously, number 17th ranked team in the country. Very talented on offense, defense, and special teams. Good schemes, well coached. I know the quarterback's out, but the backup is very athletic. Played really well in their conference championship game. But a lot of seniors, a lot of experience. It's a good football team and very well coached. So it'll be a great challenge to play a ranked team. Our guys are excited about it, and we'll go out there and give everything we got.
What were the biggest points of emphasis on each phase these past years?
Yeah, it's been just, we've kind of looked really hard at fundamentals and technique early on, and then what things schematically do we think, did we need to tweak? Did we add anything? What can we do best going into this game with some of the injuries that we have, right? We were pretty beat up in some positions, so we tried to help some scheme stuff. We shifted some guys around that you'll see. I don't want to really talk about depth and where guys are playing injuries, but we kind of shifted some people around to play some different positions, and they've had a bunch of practices to get better. We've had some young kids we decided to play, so they'll get their first go at it, which I'm excited for that. I feel like in the past game, it was a big emphasis with Thomas and the wideouts. He kind of got the last couple of weeks to really emphasize that, spend more time throwing to them. So I've really he's throwing the ball really well right now, probably as good as I've seen him throw it, which is not just good for the bowl game. To me, that's good going forward into the winter, into the spring, because now I'm starting to see what this guy can do when he kind of took a step back, takes a breath. You work on his fundamentals and technique, his footwork, and then progress with the wideouts we have. He's got a chance to be special, and I think we're only seeing like the very, very surface of it, and you can see his confidence kind of growing. Guys like Lewis Bond and Dino and Skeet's kind of really starting to jump out, which is fun to see. The O-line obviously is they've been playing well all year. Kai is, he's got his juice back to him. He was sick in that last game, so it's exciting. I just appreciate the effort, the excitement, and they're appreciative of being in a bowl game, which is cool.
How much, when you have a team that scores 40 points a game?
49 points a game. Yeah.
I was going to say scores over 40, scores and allows under 20. How much of that is playing off of itself versus just, okay, this team is really good offense, really good defense?
It's a really good team. You go and sit with the offensive coaches, and they talk about how good their defense is. You go in the defensive coaches, and they're the 17th ranked team in the country. So they're good in all their phases. So we're going to have to play good in all three of ours. We can't turn it over. We have to take it away. We got to steal some possessions, win some possessions. They're a really good team. I mean, they score a lot of points, and they've been playing really good defense. I like their scheme. They do a lot of things similar to us on defense, and they got good players.
I've seen teams during bowl games, they decide to not reinvent the wheel, but play a little bit more exotic or take a few chances because it's a bowl game and they have a chance to maybe bridge the spring game, and that's just kind of across the board. That I've seen. For you, is that something that you want to try to install, just new stuff that maybe you might want to use and see what happens in a game situation, or is it just let's keep improving and working on some of the things that we have just because you get that one game?
I think it's both. You're going to see some stuff that we did well all year, and then we've had time to add some new stuff. If we think we're ready to do it, we will. But there's definitely been some new scheme on both sides that we're going to try to see what it looks like. I wanted the coaches to be creative, have fun with it, and they've had some time to think of some new things, and whether it's blitzes, whether it's coverages, whether it's pass game, run game, you'll see some new stuff. And I wanted the players to be excited about that too, you know. Because these bowl practices, is if you just kind of go do the same thing day after day after day, you're going to wear your guys out physically and mentally, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to have fun, and I want them to get better, and I think they go hand in hand, and they've done that. And it's going to pay off. I mean, these practices are so invaluable. It's like we just went through another spring football, you know, and now you get to play a game, take a breath, start your winter workouts, and then get into spring football. It's going to help put us further ahead. Because if you look at this team right now that's out there practicing, there's only maybe on one hand how many guys won't be here next year. And that's, I think, rare around college football right now. The guys we're going to play in this game, maybe less than 5 are leaving. So I think that's really important to keep building.
Kind of a two-parter.
Three-parters.
You know me.
He's got some second-parters, I'm sure.
Sometimes it's hard to remember the first part of it.
I could not find a link between this staff and SM. Like, sometimes it's common. Like, it just doesn't seem like you guys have, like, crossed paths or anything. So I'll start there. Like, do you have any, like, do you know any of these guys? Have you crossed with them anywhere? I think Brett Lashley was at Miami for a couple of years.
Yeah, I never.
That's only part
Is that part one?
That's
Do you want me
part
to
one.
answer part one or? No, I've
it.
never. When he was at Miami, we didn't play him. Obviously, he did a great job there, and he's done a really nice job at SMU. But no, I don't think we've crossed any paths. I'd have to really look harder. Honestly, I probably haven't looked as hard as you. But you would have told me if we had.
I tried to find
Then
it.
that means there are. What's part two?
Part two is SMU. I mean, everyone knows their story. I mean, what do you remember just about
The Pony
SMU?
Express,
Or the
Dickerson.
Pony Express, Dickerson, Craig James, the 80s.
Great players. I mean, great players. I mean, you just named 2 of the best of all time, right? So, Pony Express as a young kid, they had some really good football players. And, I mean, look what they've done, right? They won the conference, and now they're coming to the ACC, and they're ranked 17th in the country. And, you know, you can see they put a lot of money into it. They put a lot of money into their facilities. I think he's done an unbelievable job. He went to the transfer portal, and he's got a ton of guys with experience playing. So you can see that the school, the staff, I mean, they're all in on going full speed ahead into this thing. So they're going to be a really good ACC football team.
Then, try to go.
Part three.
I have
He was
It's
ready.
not a third
He was
part.
trying to
I was
steal
gonna
it.
say, this is
He
not a
said
third
two.
He was
part.
trying to
It's a
steal it.
completely
All right,
different
your
question.
turn. Go ahead.
Have you experienced any teams in the past where you've won a bowl game and then the next it's carried over to the next season? Anything you can remember where it really did help kind of pay dividends going forward?
Gosh, from being back in college,
Maybe not.
I mean, we lost in the playoffs when I was at Ohio State, and then we've made 3 bowl games, but we've yet to play one since I've been here. So this will be the first for me.
Or then how much does it really pay dividends if you win a game like this?
I think anytime you win a game, it's really important. I mean, we're playing a game. We're going to do everything we can to win it and hopefully build good momentum and excitement. I think the key, just like any other time is, I mean, we're doing everything we can to get better, and we're playing a game, and we're going to do everything we can to win it. So I just don't have the experience to answer that fairly, I guess. Do you have a part 2?
I have an unrelated question. But
Okay.
I was gonna say.
You guys are a good team today. Is Rich still sick?
I think so.
Yes, sir.
I hope you feel better, Rich.
I was gonna say, is there? I mean, Fenway, I'm gonna walk into Fenway and I'm like kid in a candy store every time. Is there a bucket list stadium for you, like besides Fenway, that would be just like
baseball stadium?
just any stadium that, like, if you could plunk a football game down into, like, you
I've
You're thinking deep.
I've coached in every NFL one. Lambeau was one for me. I was there on Monday night. That was a pretty cool moment for me.
Everyone?
What's that?
Everyone?
I've coached in every NFL stadium except the 2 new ones. Or no, the 3 new ones now. So I had, but since I've been out, SoFi opened up, the Raiders opened up a new stadium, and Atlanta opened up a new stadium. But I had coached in the old ones, just not those new ones. So Lambeau was a big one for me. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool one to being in the NFL. I thought going to Seattle was always something, but baseball-wise, I've been to Fenway, I've been to Yankee Stadium. I'm not sure. It would be fun to play a football game in Fenway, so I'm excited for that. I coached in the Pinstripe Bowl in 2009 or 10, I think. So, are you going to be down on the field?
I don't know. It depends if they let me down there or not.
Are we going to let them down on the field?
We live down.
He's gonna be like scooping up grass and putting it in the bag.
So for the baseball game there, I sent my dad a picture from the field, and he told me to scoop up dirt and bring it to
You
him.
should.
I was like, Dad, I don't know if they're gonna let me do that.
Just do it.
Just cut the grass.
I'll get you some dirt if they don't. Go ahead.
Obviously, a tough situation with Ryan. Just now that he's made it public, what can you share about that? Obviously, it's sad to see him go out like that.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up. Obviously, Ryan put out that statement. We kind of wanted him to be able to put it out. It is sad. I mean, you guys have been around him. Talk about a great person, great attitude, a scary, scary moment on the field. Probably a guy who's going to play football for years to come, and it meant so much to him. He's handled it so well. I'm sure it's hard. He has some hard days. But he's got such a bright future in whatever he decides to do. We've talked about coaching possibly. So, no, we just got to continue to help him out any way that we can. And, you know, he's a special guy, and he's going to do great things. I wish that he was still able to play, but, you know, sometimes things happen for a reason, and sometimes you don't know why. But I bet you down the road he'll figure it out, and he's going to do great things in this world. I know that.
I'm good.
Good guy.
Good. All right, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yep.